Hey guys, and welcome back to the final episode of Flipper Flicks. I'm Adam, and we kind of just decided we would, finish out the season this year.
Finally.
That was very ominous because you said the final episode of Flipper Flicks like we were giving up completely.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
No. Just season 2's ending.
Yeah.
And season 3 is right around the corner.
Ooh.
Because we don't do breaks normally. We don't break no good.
Season 3 just means what?
Oh, new spinner.
New
categories. Sam's going to choose one that may or may not have to deal with how much time is in a movie. And she's going to use all her picks for it. Because, she's just girl doesn't have time for this shit.
That's not true.
No,
is it a
not.
movie if it's 20 minutes long?
Yeah.
Is it a movie?
At what point does it flip to a feature? 30? 40?
An hour.
Oh, shit. Okay.
No, I thought you were going to make a comment on the motion pictures movie.
Motion pictures?
Yeah, when we did Herbie. We did that short film.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But we're not to the season recap yet, so we can't talk about it.
Yeah.
So
we
you're
don't talk about it. Oh, it's my turn. I'm Sam.
We don't talk about season 2. No.
We got social media?
No,
we're on there.
No,
I have actually started bringing back the Twitter. You're welcome.
Ooh.
It's not very exciting. It still is I don't understand Twitter. So if anybody wants to give me Twitter 101, just let me know. I feel old saying that, but I don't understand Twitter.
I think I understand TikTok more than Twitter, which is
same.
Sad. Not sad.
Twitter's been around way longer for us. We should get it, but
Tim,
I just
do you
don't.
get the Twitters?
I've never had a Twitter, so no.
Yeah.
I know all about the Twitter.
So anyway, so you guys can look us up on Twitter and make fun of us because I don't understand it.
Yeah, we're in a contest right now.
We are. It's the Indie Podcast Bracket Challenge. So if you have a Twitter and you haven't followed us, I would recommend it so that way you can vote for us and hopefully we get past the first round.
Because this episode will be coming after the first round.
So hopefully we get past the first round and you can vote for us after that.
I know.
If not, just go find us on Twitter and see how we got mercilessly killed in the first round.
We're going to get slayed. Anyway,
we also have Instagram. And also, I guess I should tell you the handle on Twitter in case you didn't know. It's @FlipFlix. Same thing on Instagram. I know. It's super creative. We also have a website where you can give us movie recommendations, flipperflix.com.
We're running low.
Yeah, we are running low. And with a new spinner, we'll need some. So get to it, fam. And then what else we got going on? Oh, we release episodes every Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We release them on Spotify, Google, Apple, Anchor, Podchaser, Good Pods, on down the list. We started to bring back our YouTube a little bit. Don't get your hopes up. Mm-hmm. We're still vastly behind in uploading our episodes, but there's a few new ones out there. So if you're part of the YouTube crowd, you could be like, let me go check it out over there.
One of those 3 people?
Yeah, one of those 3 people. Although I don't know why. It should be confusing that they'd find us. Unless they were these guys never fucking upload to YouTube.
Hey, no, our Swept Away episode has a lot of views. Mostly for some weird reason from a not safe for work topic.
You could just say porn.
It's porn. I don't know how.
We've said porn since the first season.
I don't know how they found. How did they get to us from porn?
I don't know. Somebody explained YouTube to us as well. Apparently we're lost there.
The YouTube analytics. I understand analytics, but I need to see the numbers to understand it.
Anyway, on to Tim. Tim, what did we watch this week? Why did we watch it? What's going on?
We spun our last spin of the last season.
Tim.
And landed on pick 3.
How did we do that? What was it up against?
Pick 3.
Okay.
I believe. And then I think the last one was pick 3. So...
There were actually 3 pick 3s on the spin.
Yeah, you're right.
So there you go.
I don't remember who picked what, but
we did Netflix, and then
it was Netflix, yeah, and then
exciting sci-fi
films, and then I picked 23, I think.
You did. I feel like you default to 23 a lot, dude.
I do, yeah, 23 or 32.
Did 23 come from the Jim Carrey film?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
So we ended up on Last Action Hero.
which is totally
Action
an exciting
hero.
sci-fi movie.
Yeah, exciting sci-fi movie, I guess. It does say genre sci-fi, and this movie is exciting. This is straight from Netflix on the synopsis.
Thanks, Netflix.
Movie, which is from 1993, and it's 2 hours and 11 minutes long.
11 minutes long, yeah.
Anyway, the synopsis for this film, if you're curious. After a magic ticket transports a young fan into the screen to meet his favorite film hero, an evil movie villain uses the sub to enter the real world. Very straightforward, I think.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
Indubitably.
I guess I can jump into expectation.
Do it.
I'm surprised I've
in
never
French,
heard of
though.
this. Yeah. In French.
Wait, you've not heard of this?
I don't think I had. The name sounded familiar, but I for sure had never seen it. I'm actually surprised right now looking at the date on it, but that also doesn't surprise me. 1993. It's Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, you were like 4.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, oh, cool. Arnold Schwarzenegger film I hadn't seen, which I'm not on good terms with Arnold Schwarzenegger right now, but I do enjoy his films for the most part, depending on, what era or what film it is, or what sequel it is. But I wasn't sure what to expect with the sweet power stance with the Desert Eagle he's got in the picture, the movie poster, and then the synopsis.
I wouldn't have been able to tell you that was a Deagle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's the classic, like, Desert Eagle look, the gun. But, yeah, that's all I got for that.
Nice.
I'm making Sam go next.
Okay. So, let's see here. When we got exciting sci-fi and it landed on this one, I was like, that doesn't seem right. So that was like, so my first expectation was like confusion. And then when we sat down to watch it, I don't know why, and I think it was actually Adam's fault, because didn't you bring up Jingle All the Way?
No.
Okay. Well, for some reason, this made me think of Jingle All the Way, which is like another Schwarzenegger movie where he like turns into like an action figure hero guy thing for Christmas. And I remember seeing that when I was little, and I was like, for some reason, Last Action Hero and like the stance and everything made me be like, oh, so he's doing the same thing again. Like,
yeah.
So
but
I was like,
actually
all right.
like turn into anything there.
No, he's like in the parade
he
as the
dresses
suit.
up as it.
Yeah.
I love that movie,
suit,
by the way.
Yeah, it's good. So I don't know. I was like, oh, this is gonna be like same. That was my expectation.
I thought it was going to be a. So, it's funny that you brought up Jingle All the Way, because I thought it was going to be like Kindergarten Cop.
I've never seen that.
No,
so
that one's a good one. That one's a classic.
So, it's like, it just seems, I don't know why I thought this was tailored towards kids. I'll get into that later, but I was expecting it to be like an older kid movie where I'm talking like 10 years old. Mm-hmm. Like, not teenagers yet, but like...
right.
Yeah, you get a little more...
a little more action.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then, so I would not have been able to tell you, compare it to Jingle All the Way, because I literally forget the name of that fucking movie every time. I say it's that Christmas movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger and
He's trying to get the toy.
Anakin Skywalker in.
Oh, yeah, true. I mean, people know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but I never, because I didn't own it or anything, and I saw it once as a kid. I've seen it as an adult more than I have as a child. Mm-hmm. I didn't, again, I didn't know, but I expected like a popcorn flick.
Nice.
It just, like, the era of like cheese, this was like cheesy central. Mm-hmm. I also want to get into that a little bit, but I won't get there yet, because I think it might have been intentional.
It's her.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, so we can get into it. Spoilers if you've not seen the film from '93. It's almost 30 years old. So
dun dun dun.
All you '93 babies out there,
exposed.
Your expiration date's coming up.
Yeah, next year.
And then you have to be a real adult, like me and Tim.
I hate this conversation. Oh my.
But no, so I'll just get into it. Yeah, cheesy. It had cheesy lines, but I honestly think they were written to sound like they were written that way.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, because a lot of it was like so over the top and so ridiculous and stuff. But I had to wrap my mind around it after the first like 10 minutes. I was like,
it took me a bit.
It's meant to be super, super over the top in the film aspect of it, in order for the reality part to be a little over the top, in my opinion. Because they go back and forth, you know, at one point to the film and then being in the real world, and that's where it's like, okay, now we're kind of on, when they're in the real world, we're kind of on a normal level of over the top for an action movie, whereas like within the action movie of the movie, it's like so just ridiculously far gone, and it makes it better once you realize that.
Yeah.
You mean Danny DeVito as a animated cat?
Dude, did I say it was going to be Danny DeVito before he talked, or did I say that in my head only?
You didn't say it out loud. You were just like, wait, is that Danny DeVito later on? And we're
And
like,
then
it is.
Second line, yep, that's Danny.
Mm-hmm.
But they're friends. They've known each other since twins.
Yeah. Which is also a good movie.
They're brothers.
I've never seen that.
I haven't
but,
either.
I know that it exists.
I haven't either. And
It's
there's
an
a running
interesting one.
There's a running joke that people wished in. So do you remember the Shah Dynasty episode, Tim?
Yeah, that would have been amazing.
Yeah, they wished it was Arnold instead of his actual brother because
Nice.
it would have just been really funny.
Good, actually. I feel like Arnold just had a lot going on at the time.
Yeah, probably. I believe it. But not only were the lines cheesy, the kid Danny brought it up. Which, first off, did they just try and cut his hair like Danny from fucking The Shining?
Maybe. I wasn't paying attention. But yeah, I think that was just the style of the time.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah. Like every kid had that same haircut.
Yeah. Except me, I buzzed my head back in that day.
1993, you got a buzz going on?
Oh no, I was 2, so probably not.
So yeah, you probably did actually.
Probably. Me and Tim
got
both.
peach fuzz.
I had a full head of hair.
I had peach fuzz.
Yeah,
in
you
93.
took forever.
Anyway, where are we going with that?
Oh,
the
the girls' outfits.
Oh, Jesus.
Like every girl. So before he said anything, I'm like, seriously? Why? We got some fetish shit going on. Like the boobs were cut out in like 90% of the women's clothing.
Yeah, it was so like that was the part that was like the most sci-fi of the movie.
Yeah.
To be honest, was like the weird like.
I would say the teleporting between worlds, but
I think that's how it got the sci-fi was the time travel, but like yeah, the like all leather weird shit that they had going on. I was like, okay, like that looks like I'm trying to pinpoint. Like I don't remember old sci-fi movies all that well, but
you just
like,
say Blade Runner.
did it
Blade
look
Runner,
like Blade Runner? Sure.
Yeah, not necessarily. A couple of them, but not.
If you were gonna pick a movie, probably that would like
easy
fit in that world.
How about let's just say the 1980s version of Dune?
I never seen that, but yeah, probably.
Tim.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Everybody looks like they're in
Checks
some
out.
weird sex club, yeah.
Yeah, I don't. In the 80s, they were like, in space.
Everybody just wears tight leather.
Shiny tight leather. That's what we're going for in space. Okay, cool.
Everything needs to shine, sparkle, twinkle, twinkle.
So,
but I also feel like
no,
Okay,
you go.
we can
You're
move off
gonna
this
you're gonna hate this one, Sam. So you go ahead.
No, I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
I also feel like this is the other look. So you've got your shiny leather, but then like back in the day, it was all like around when we were growing up. Like think of Xenon. It was like neon colors with like gray. Like there were only 2 ways to do sci-fi.
Right.
But now, Tim, let's hear your hot take.
So in the
Whatever's
very
gonna make
beginning of the
me
film, right before he walks on all the cars and stuff, the chief yells something about like Christmas. He says, and it has to happen on Christmas. So
Yes.
my question is this a Christmas, movie?
You mean the guy who directed Die Hard
Oh my
made
god!
a second Christmas movie?
It's funny that you brought it up because that was my first question as well. I'm like, are we about to have a debate on whether or not this is a Christmas movie?
It is not.
This
Because
is a Christmas movie.
I mean, okay, this could be a whole episode on its own, but when it first opens up, he's got that line, you got Christmas trees, you got Christmas lights everywhere. Like, it's very much like in the realm of it's the same as Die Hard.
False. John Slater 3 is a Christmas movie.
Yes.
The Last Action Hero is not.
I will give you that.
And I will stand on that.
That's the argument I was looking for. I will give you that.
All right.
Part of this movie. The movie within the movie.
Yep. But therefore,
Is a
the
Christmas
movie within the movie makes the movie a Christmas movie.
Exactly.
That's not
It's
how
like
it
the
works.
inside of
Well.
a donut. The donut hole is the Christmas part, and so therefore the donut is
If
the
part
Christmas.
of it's the
Just
Christmas,
because-
then all of it's Christmas.
Is a rectangle a square?
Dude, we already tried this. Like
See back season 1
Die
bonus
Hard
episode.
yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, I will say, like, once I realized this was satire,
Oh yeah.
I was like, okay, I could sit back because, like, I was like, kind of like, what is happening?
Oh,
What is happening?
Yeah, at first, when it first started, and it started, after the first 10 minutes, and all the other stuff, I really, really, really wanted to hate the movie. Like, I started off like, this movie's gonna suck. And I was like,
and
I'm
you're like,
happy
I'm gonna take a
about it
nap
that I
midway
hate
through
it.
this. Yeah, some people I know took a nap.
ooh.
We have always said that a nap does not always reflect the quality of the movie.
Correct.
Not always.
Not always, but sometimes.
But if it happens
But
every time you try to
sometimes.
watch it, there might be an issue.
Yeah, exactly.
We might have a problem here, guys.
I don't know. I've like conditioned myself to fall asleep to certain movies.
She
Yeah.
laid down, and I was like, "Don't lay down."
So part of that is like, oh, I really enjoy this movie, but like I've watched it so many times before I go to bed that now I just like conk out during
Dude,
it.
straight up, Tim, I turned on Emperor's New Groove once during the day, and Sam just started yawning.
You're conditioned, yeah.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It's like straight up hypnosis over here.
Seriously, it's great.
So, what did you guys think of Charles Dance?
I thought I didn't realize he was like kind of like a redhead. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he has
He's
a
like
little
a-
bit of
Like a
ginger in him.
strawberry blonde-ish.
Charles
Yeah.
Dance.
Because I thought Tywin Lannister.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
right.
sorry.
Duh. Oh, yeah, I always knew that.
Sorry, I know his name because he's a
He
badass.
is badass.
Yeah.
I like him a lot.
And I don't know, his red hair for some reason reminded me of Tormund, even though I don't really think he looks like Tormund.
Yeah,
for
Tormund's
some
a
reason,
lot
I was just
redder.
like, red Tormund, Game of Thrones
Red
character.
Game of Thrones.
yeah, like
Yeah, we gotta just
dun
go there.
dun. But I was confused by his whole eye situation.
I'm still confused because I don't think he has a glass eye.
It
No,
didn't
I
seem
mean, I
like
don't think
it.
they took much effort into actually making it look like he did, right? They obviously
Okay.
just put a contact in there, but I think they were like, that'll do. It's okay. That'll do.
Yeah.
Good for him being able to wear those contacts
Yeah.
because, like, I think who was it? Like, was it Daniel Radcliffe? No, there was a big actor or actress that just couldn't wear the contacts, and it like is a main staple of the character.
Oh,
I think it was Daniel Radcliffe with Harry Potter because he's supposed to have green eyes.
Oh.
Maybe.
Maybe it happened to a
I've
few
heard that
people.
before with other stuff. So.
It also happened with Amelia Clark
Yes.
as Daenerys Targaryen. She was supposed to have purple
Yep.
eyes. Boom.
So this is just a Game of Thrones crossover episode, apparently.
Yeah, this is Adam just shitting on people not being able to wear contacts.
Even though you've never worn them.
I have never worn them. But I would be open to wearing them. I wanted them as a kid. I wanted to get white ones to freak people
Yeah.
out.
Oh, you would.
I would.
You would.
There are probably.
I
people
just
that do that.
can't.
Oh,
Yeah,
there's
that's
definitely.
true. I just can't imagine like sticking my finger in my eye. There's like a part of me that always stops myself from. Ew! Don't touch your eyeball right now. I hate this. Stop it.
That reminds me
There's
of
like
Jim
part of
Carrey.
me.
When he's and he's like playing with his eye, and the guy's like freaking out.
Yes, I know what you're talking about. At least I understand.
Crickets over here.
Cricket. But did you guys think this movie? Back to Last Action Hero. It's not the Last Action Hero,
Last
which I
Action.
do think there should be a "the" in front of it because it just sounds weird without
Nope,
it.
nope. I'm okay with it.
Anyways, this movie I think is two different movies in one.
Okay.
Yes.
And it might have been because we split. I see what Tim's about to say there. But it was because of like how we ended up taking a nap in between.
You mean like timeline wise, not clearly the
Not
way that
clearly.
it is.
Like I mean, like literally the time. Like the plot of it. Like, it felt
Yeah.
like they finalized everything in the movie world.
Yeah, and then flipped over and had to, like,
Then it had a
redo
whole
all.
other plot.
So that was something that
Yeah.
I was thinking about before I started watching it. I was like, at what point am I going to pause it to see how long I have left, thinking that the movie should be over? And it was
Yeah.
literally right
There
then
were-
with like 45 minutes left. I'm like, damn.
Yeah. We stopped at 55 minutes left, I think. Yeah, we were like, holy
Yeah.
shit.
And then later on, when they kill the Ripper dude again, I'm like, all right, we're over. Well, no, we still got to get Benedict,
Got the big
aka
baddie.
really Charles Dawson. Yeah, and I was like, oh my god, there's still 20 minutes left. How?
Yeah, I feel like it could have been trimmed.
They could have edited a bit, you know, with our professionalism that
Oh, yeah.
we've totally picked up. We're complete professionals after 2 seasons.
Definitely.
But I mean, this movie is basically the live action version of Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
I thought about that.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that sounds weird because I mean,
It is live action.
It is, but well, I mean, technically, it's just closer to Roger Rabbit because of fucking whiskers.
Exactly. That's why it reminded me of it, honestly, because there's just like a freaking animated character walking around, and then they have like black and white Humphrey Bogart towards
That
the end
was
that
funny.
comes up, and it's like weird.
Did you catch that one, Tim?
Yeah. There's a lot of
I
just
missed
silly
it.
references in it.
Yeah, I felt like, yeah, they could have. I almost feel like they could have like done the second half of the movie as the full movie, where like he has his existential crisis. That's the initial conflict, and then like the big conflict is him bringing in characters from Charles Dance bringing in characters from everywhere,
Right.
and
Well, because I feel
that could have been a movie on its own.
yeah, and I feel like some of the setup wasn't needed. Like, what was the point of the kid like having that guy like force entry into his house? You know what I mean? Like, just so he could
Right?
have the key
I
later
forgot
on.
about that.
Like, that to me seemed like that was like, I don't know what was the point of that besides having the key for later.
Right.
The break-in was weird, right? Like, just it was weird.
I kept waiting for it to be relevant, and it never was.
Minus the handcuff key.
Yeah.
So odd. Almost as weird as seeing Sylvester Stallone as the Terminator.
Oh, that was great. I
Yeah.
love little stuff like that, though. He's like, what? He was great in that
That was
movie.
funny. What, I'm supposed to say, I'll be back?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's your catchphrase. Whatever. But throughout this movie, I still cannot figure out who was this targeted towards. Who was the target audience?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I couldn't figure that out either.
It's legitimately, I feel like it's like 13-year-old kids.
I was gonna say, because like it almost feels like 10-year-olds and stuff like that. Like there's too much going on for them to like
But
get it.
the literal line of premature ejaculation feels weird for it to be targeted towards.
Any sort of child.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah.
I would have laughed at it as a teenage boy, but would have been really confused if I was like at a certain when I'm younger.
Yeah.
Or I probably would have just ignored the line because I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know. I was like wrestling with this because I was like, would it have been like better or worse to not like have the kid? You know what I mean? Like, what if it was an adult that like really loved movies and ended up? And then I'm like, well, that at
You
this
mean Nick?
point in time feels played out, right? Like, like I feel like we've seen that before, but like. Part of me is like having the kid do it is so cringy because child acting at the time is freaking terrible.
I thought he was better
He
than
actually,
most of
to
the
me,
time.
wasn't bad.
I'm not saying he was great.
Yeah.
I thought he was good.
He was cringeworthy enough for me to be like, fucking child acting.
But I think that the lines were cringeworthy.
That's true. Because I had that as my second note. So at the time, we were still impaling people with ice cream cones and stuff like that.
He did murder somebody with an ice cream cone, and I'm still a little
confused
on that one.
I'm also confused at how perfectly scooped the ice cream cone was to have murdered him. Like, you'd think that the ice cream would be like kind of askew, right?
Yeah.
Adam's thinking about it hard. Like,
It's important information if
stuff
you can
in
get.
the film, yeah.
Adam's getting stuck on the ice cream cone. Was it Rocky Road?
I don't know what flavor it was, but
I don't know. What'd you guys think of death at the end? I
That
felt
was
like it was
great.
I thought it was a great scene, but it's another scene that I was like, I don't know if that was needed. You know?
I guess it's back to your point earlier where it feels like at a certain point it's completely different. Like the whole movie could have been like, let's bring Death along, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like travel him. Because you freaking paid for Gandalf, although I know he's not Gandalf at the time. But I have to assume that like...
No, I don't think Sir Ian McKellen was that expensive at the time.
Oh, really?
I feel like he
His
always
big
He was
was.
doing a lot
take-up
of-
was Loader.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I didn't see him till X-Men. And then I didn't see him till, again, and then Lord of the Rings. And I'm like, this guy's amazing.
Yeah.
But he doesn't, he's older, so he doesn't act a ton because he's made his money.
Right.
Yeah. But, I mean, I do feel like it was like a good little character that could have done more. But then you're kind of like, just got him for like a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
He just straight up murdered that guy at the hot dog stand.
Yeah, he just like
Yeah.
touches him, and the guy's like, just like falls over. It's like, oh shit.
It, like I liked every scene that he was in. I just felt like it was an awkward, like I thought it was gonna. I don't know. I thought they were gonna have to try and wrangle Death back into his movie.
Yeah, it seemed weird for sure. I can see why it would be like, why is he in the film? Because you already have the urgency of Slater having to
Getting
get back
him
to
in-
his world.
yeah.
So what was the point of Death like coming by? Like the same urgency?
yeah.
It's like, is he literally going to try and kill him right now, or like what? Like, so
Yeah.
I can see where it was just
Right at the
that-
finish line.
Yeah.
Like he just I feel like he was a plot device to remind Danny, like, oh, by the way, there's a second half of this this ticket that you should use,
Yeah.
Right.
which I had already said.
Yeah,
Which how did he know about the ticket?
he's Death.
Death? He knows all.
Death knows
Death,
all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Death
mean, I'll
always
take it.
knows
I'll
all.
take it.
Don't question Death.
We don't talk about Death.
Yeah. Actually, I feel like we do a lot, but anyway.
I mean, we literally did. A guy was killed by an ice cream cone.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was like, I feel like the movies we choose, we end up talking about Death a lot, but...
Yeah. So, Tim, did you yell aim for the bushes at all?
No.
I was yelling aim for the bushes the whole time.
There's a lot of jumping around in the beginning off buildings and shit like that.
Yeah, there was. And the kid learning how to do the crane, I was like, they've made it a joke already that this like whole movie in the movie, the donut within the donut, the donut hole within the donut hole, is like, you just can learn shit like that because it's a fucking movie world.
Yeah.
Right.
He even talks about, I don't even know how to drive this thing.
Yeah.
It was,
And then he's like, whatever, I can do it.
what'd you think of the fart joke?
I thought it was funny. And then he
That
lands.
it made me confused at who the audience was.
Oh. Yeah, that is kind of like a... That flips it back to kids almost, you know?
Yeah.
But it was funny that he landed in the
Tar.
tar because it reminded me of like the farting
Oh my
Bob from
gosh,
Labyrinth.
Yeah. That was a great scene in Labyrinth.
Yeah.
Callback.
Labyrinth did it better. Just so everybody knows.
No, but the funny part about the tar wasn't the bubble. It was the silent but deadly joke.
Right.
Yeah.
I know. Actually, I was going to say that
It
the
wasn't
fact that he can
silent.
just wipe the tar. No, it wasn't.
It wasn't.
At all. But he like just wipes the tar off. Hey, you know tar's supposed to stick to people.
Yeah, he's like sticks to some people, which is great because he's just a movie character.
Sam, what'd you guys think of the closet? Because like obviously his daughter brings him more clothing, the exact same clothing.
Yeah. I was getting a laugh out of his
I
closet.
loved
How it's
it.
like 10 of the same jacket, shirt.
Then he had 10 of the same
boots.
pistols.
Yeah, it was funny.
That's Tim's future closet. Sam.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's gonna get the cowboy boots, the leather jacket, the
Paint
red
it.
shirt, the jean. You probably already have
It's
jeans.
unfortunate that I don't like wearing cowboy boots or jeans.
Jeans are uncomfortable.
Yeah. I have vowed to not wear jeans anymore for the rest of my life.
Oh.
Good luck. You're in. Well, I mean, they got other stuff now.
I've
They
gone
got
this far.
other
I'll just wear
versions
joggers
of
and shit. I don't know.
There you go, yeah.
I do like joggers. They're comfy. Dude, just say fuck it. Go full leggings.
Leggings.
Yeah, there you go.
Get the megging. Go get meggings. I saw a dude with meggings on today, and I was like,
What are those?
"You do you, dude."
I don't even
They are what
know.
you think
They're
they
literally
are.
just men's leggings.
Yes,
But are they not just exactly the same as like? Why aren't they just called leggings?
they are. I call them
Oh, okay.
meggings though,
Kind of like moobs.
because Like, what?
Noobs.
Yeah, just like moobs. Exactly. Just like moobs. I literally didn't hear you, and I was like, Sam clearly got the joke. This had to have been a funny joke.
Well, the first time you said it when it came through on our system, it sounded like, well, at least to me, it sounded like M. Lubes.
Oh.
And so I think that's why Adam's face was like, what did he just say?
I actually heard lubes.
Yeah.
And I was like, why
But
is
I
Tim
was
talking
like,
about
Tim
lubricant?
wasn't talking about lubes. Like, I had to be like, it was boobs,
Well, you might need
clearly.
some lube to get into leggings. I don't know.
There you go.
Haven't tried
You
recently.
sell some men's.
I mean,
leggings
technically
section.
speaking, when I had that green man suit or yellow man suit, I had yellow man because I was a minion for Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
It was technically leggings, the bottom half.
Wait, Tim, did you wear that too? Or were you
No,
just
it was
like
just me and
normal?
Steven.
Yeah. I remember somebody, you both had suits. That was funny.
Yeah, we had like a good 15, somewhere around 15 people.
Yeah.
It was like minions. We had a Gru and everything. Sam was a purple minion.
Heck
She was
yeah,
the evil
those
minion.
were the cool ones.
They were the evil ones.
I know. That's
Steven walked around with a little hammer.
And I was a pirate.
I know.
Yeah,
it's
we
amazing.
went with the crazy like different costume versions.
We were doing a
Which I thought
movie
was
within
worth
a
it.
movie or something. I don't know.
Exactly. Something
I
like
know.
that. But we didn't have a dog pyramid.
A dog. Oh
that
my
was
God.
that was great. That was great. Okay.
It didn't make any sense. They're very well trained. Goes into pyramid mode. All right.
Like that goes back towards the kids movie.
Yeah.
Definitely. It didn't know what it wanted to be.
No.
No, which is fine. But you know, Charles Dance rocked it. He also apparently wore a shirt around set that said, "I'm cheaper than Alan Rickman,"
I love that.
because he won the part over him because his salary was left.
What?
less.
That's amazing. Own it.
Oh my God, that's so good.
Because honestly, if Alan Rickman played that role, like I'm not saying that you could replace them, but like I feel like they would go out for the same roles.
Yeah, sure.
Kind of straight shooter English guy.
There you go.
Except I mean, Alan Rickman got to start playing Hans Gruber.
Yeah.
Not English, but nonetheless, I have a question. If you guys found this supposed ticket and you could teleport into a movie world, where would you go?
Ooh.
That's really
Dang.
hard.
Dang, just pure silence.
I like a lot of movies. The first one that comes to mind is Lord of the Rings, but that's like
That's what I was-
shitty time to come to a world.
You go
Like,
to the fourth age.
yeah, you gotta
go to
find the
fourth
right
age.
time. Like, I don't want to be when Sauron's taking over Middle Earth. Like, that
Yeah,
seems
can I just
stressful.
be a hobbit? Hobbits' life seemed pretty great. They just drink booze and smoke a lot of weed.
And I feel like there's a lot of cool places like Rivendell and stuff like that. Like, that would be a good...
Yeah, but if you're a hobbit, you live in a fucking house in a hill. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, but also you gotta travel and see the world, man.
Yeah. What about you, Tim? Where are you
That's
going?
really hard. Because I'm all for like those like dystopian style ones.
Which just doesn't seem like a pleasant life experience.
Yeah.
Well, it depends if you want the action of it,
Right,
right?
like
Yeah.
I want to say Witcher, but it's a show. Like something like Witcher would be amazing to me. But you know, as long as I'm not as long as I'm
was
a
about to
Witcher,
say.
but you have to like consider.
I was gonna say, are you a peasant?
It's the same kind of concept with like what video game would you go into? Well, I go into one where the capabilities of being strong or whatever, being a hero type person is just takes work, right? Like you just have to put in the work to do it, rather than being blessed or born a certain way, because then you're just rolling dice and then you're in the world and you get eaten by a monster or some shit, or like like Halo or
Facts.
something. But so that's really tough to like. I don't know. I really don't know. It'd have to be something like that. I'd have to dig around and find one, but I can't give you an answer to it right now.
All right.
See, I just want to like live my life like a hobbit.
I know.
But also have some really cool shit in my world. You know what I mean? So I don't want to just be like some random person, like in a world that's like a farmer or something like that, right? Because that's essentially what hobbits are.
Which is fine. I'd be
Like
fine
I
with
want
being
like a
farmer
peaceful life where I don't do much and I don't have to worry about much, but I want to be able to like go somewhere cool. So
Yeah. Like there's the obvious idea of Star Wars. depending on what planet you're on
true.
and what time of the world, what is happening. Because, you got lots of people shooting laser beams and stuff.
Yeah.
Because, like Tim said, I would want to be a Jedi.
Right,
Come on, let's be real. But if I had to live on a planet, it'd be either Naboo. I like Kashyyyk, but I'm a Wookiee fan, but I don't want to be a Wookiee. Anyways.
I mean, that seems like a good life to me.
Pretty chill.
Yeah, they do, until the droids attack.
See, that's why I'm saying you gotta pick the right
I
timeline.
know.
Like,
Yeah, do we get timeline? Anyways, Last Action Hero.
yeah, let's say we're not going into that movie. Can we all agree to that?
Which one?
We're not going
Jack
into
Slater?
some, like, Jack Slater?
Slater.
Jack Slater action flick. Like, I'm not doing that shit,
No.
personally.
No.
Tim might.
Yeah,
Tim
I'm
might.
debating
I
it.
could see Tim being there. Tim's gonna do like Ford versus Ferrari so he can drive cars.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's a good one.
There we go. Yeah, there we go. I
That's
accidentally
based
solved the
in real
mystery.
life. So that's kind of difficult.
Oh, how about Scooby-Doo?
I was gonna say, can I be in a murder mystery but not the victim? Like, where I just get, like, grilled and get
Can
to
we
be, like,
just
an
be the new
asshole the whole
Scooby-Doo
time?
people, and our cats and dogs will be Scooby?
Yeah, let's do it.
It'll just be a small militia of pets.
Yeah.
Tim bringing the majority of
Of
them.
the militia.
So I'm trying to go through some of the characters. What do you think of the daughter?
I thought it was so creepy that she kissed him and said he was cute.
that was weird.
There's a large age discrepancy there.
Yeah. And she's like, oh, I just thought he was a freshman or whatever. And I was
I'm
like,
just
kid does
saying-
not. Mm-mm.
I'm just saying if it was opposite genders,
Mm-hmm.
that wouldn't have flown.
Yeah.
But that's all I'm going to say on that.
It was creepy regardless.
It was creepy regardless, yeah. But no, she drove that giant monster truck. That was pretty
That
funny.
was great. Is
Yeah,
that your weekend car? No, that's my daughter's.
I guess I just feel like what was her place in the movie, right? Like, just to bring him clothes in the monster truck and shit like that. Like,
She's a plot device.
yeah. There were a lot of those in this, I guess.
Yeah. And then you have like his boss. He's just yelling the whole time. Is that like a joke from? I mean, I feel like the captain in like all of the cop movies from like the 90s and 80s, they're always
That's
yelling.
the whole point of it. Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
clearly satire on
yeah.
that.
That's the entire point of that guy.
And then it was pretty funny at the end when Arnold's character Jack, I can say Jack. Let's call him Jack.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, you're just comic relief.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty good. The Arnold fight, Jack versus Arnold, was pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoyed that. Because I was glad that they did that. Because normally, if two beings exist of the same person, they'll never meet.
Yeah.
But
You gotta, keep them apart.
I also would have expected Charles Dance to be, like, the character of Charles Dance, not Benedict, to be at the premiere where he was the villain.
Yeah.
Oh, true. But instead they, went to the old villain, right?
The creepy one, yeah.
Yeah.
Ripper.
Yeah, that's kind of weird,
Sorry.
now that you bring
That's
that up.
another
No,
thing
so
they
the
could
movie-
have taken out right there is the Ripper part. Like, it had just done the
Yeah.
Because I get the callback to, his son in the movie dying, but, yeah, that could have taken that. That could have taken out another, 20 minutes. So we're looking at, with the Reaper and with that, 30 minutes maybe?
Yeah, and then we're down to just an hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah. Seems like a reasonable time for this film.
I know, because basically the majority of the film would have been inside the Jack film.
Right.
Which
And
makes sense.
The climax would have been in the real world, and it would have worked. Anyways, we're professionals.
Yeah, that's how it should have been.
No, I don't know. Go ahead, Sam.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I'm kind of shocked that we don't have a Hamlet version that was in this film with that trailer where he was basically a crazy action Hamlet. Arnold Schwarzenegger was.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I know we've seen other Hamlets since then, and some of them
I've
are
seen, The Lion
action-y,
King.
but it's not over the top like
Right.
that. I'm oh, why didn't they ever make that? Because it seems like they would have by now.
Right.
Especially after, maybe because they made fun of it, they don't feel like they can.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe.
Maybe.
All right, Tim, you got any more notes? Sam put hers down.
Oh, let me go through real quick. Yeah, so the whole eyeball thing. So I had to rewind.
Let's talk
I had
about
to
it.
rewind a few times when he. So he comes back at one point.
When he left his bomb eye.
Yeah, he left his bomb eye, and then I didn't like recognize that. So he comes back and he takes out an eye, right? And he like plays with it, wipes it off, and puts it in that little case. And then he walks over, and there's the one that looks exactly like the bomb eye. He takes off the thing and puts it in the case, and I'm like, he was just wearing that, and he put it in the case, and it confused me.
That was confusing
but it's
to
just
me
another
too.
bomb eye, I assume now, because so I rewound that part like 5 times, like trying to catch what was going on, and then the 2 minutes later, fucking bomb goes off. You're like, oh, okay, so it was literally just another eye that looks like it, because I was really confused by that. But
I thought you were gonna say that you still don't know, because I'm still not certain.
No, I think that's what it is. But it's weird.
Yeah. Now the movie, like, apparently in the script they purposely wrote continuity errors. Continuity areas.
That makes sense.
Continuity areas.
Yeah, and like the fact that they did that and like they were doing all the satire. I love satire.
Yeah, satire is great.
When done right. I would say for the most part this was done properly. So my only other...
No, go ahead.
I have one last note. Arnold Schwarzenegger went out to AC/DC and personally requested them to write a song for this movie. And they did.
What song? Did they even use it?
It was like Big Something or Other. Big Sky, Big Thunder.
Weird.
I like AC/DC music, but it's never like... I think most of the AC/DC music, Tim, I listened was with you. And I don't listen to it much.
Yeah.
Wait. You mean that, like, you're...
Big Gun.
Oh, nice.
Interesting.
I don't know what song that was.
They did. I heard it. Just because I know AC/DC's sound.
I mean, I feel like there was a time when, like, we were all younger that, like, I guess our dad showed us AC/DC or whatever, and we were like, yeah! But then it also made a resurgence in college for that fucking Thunderstruck game.
That was a great game.
Like,
because of Iron Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and it was on the Tony Hawk Pro Skater games, too. So I knew it from that.
But you're not, like, out in the wild these days listening to AC/DC.
I don't think I've ever loaded them on my Spotify outside of maybe trying to drink to Thunderstruck.
Exactly.
Na. Yeah. Sam's really bad at that game. Actually, no, you're
really
good.
good at cheating.
You're really good at cheating at the game.
Yeah, I don't actually.
She drinks like half a beer.
Yeah, I just make it look like I'm chugging when I'm not, in fact, chugging. That's the only way I would survive. Otherwise, I would have alcohol poisoning every night.
That's true.
You assholes just sit there and just like down your beers.
Yeah, it's easy mode.
Something in the film that made me just roll. I actually laughed really hard at. Obviously, chicken was a big thing for him in the movie.
Yeah.
And then and when he does it in real life, I'm like, they're gonna smash these cars together. This would be great. And they fucking just hammer. And I lost it. Just the whole they didn't move the camera, nothing. Just smashed the cars together. And that had me dying. Because the idea of it, like the character thinks he's okay, and he fucking smashes. But then it's even better though, because he gets out and he's like, "Oh, that hurt," and then he's like, "But airbags." And I was like, "Wait, a second. Why would he care about airbags? It never happens in the movie for him." So, I don't know.
Oh, he said that cab cars don't have airbags.
Right, but his did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, like how would he
like
know
why
that,
is that a
right?
thing he would
know?
Like, he wouldn't worry about that normally, but
I did like how when he came back to his world, he punched a window.
Yeah.
Back to normal.
Yeah.
He made sure. Oh shit.
Punches a window in the real world. Ow, why'd that hurt?
And then permanently breaks the fourth wall within the movie.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm curious. Yeah, I'm curious. I thought Danny was going to be like, "Oh, I don't need to see it. I lived it."
Yeah.
That's from another movie.
Yeah, it would be a cheesy line that they would have written for that character, honestly.
Yeah, I really actually expected that. But yeah, Tim, was that your last note? All right, let's get to the cast. Final cast of season 2.
No.
Jack Slater, played by Arnold Schwarzenegger. And I'll have you both know I did not fucking write his last name.
That's fair.
All right, everybody's... Yeah, that was effort. Yeah. And then he's in Predator, Kindergarten Cop, Twins, and lots of other stuff.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Commando, I think, is another one. John Practice. Oh, John Practice. Who's John Practice, guys?
I have no idea.
He was the guy that like pulled him aside and he like handcuffed Danny.
Oh, okay.
And he pointed his gun and then like there was the whole handcuff scene. That's played by F. Murray Abraham, who actually is in Amadeus.
Oh, that's funny.
He is the lead character in Amadeus, or one of them. He's in Grand Budapest Hotel. Mm-hmm. And Tim, he's in Mythic Quest. He is the writer.
Oh, okay. Huh.
It's really weird. He does not look the same. Like Grand Budapest Hotel, Mythic Quest, yeah, I could get there. Mm-hmm. The 25 years that's in between the other two.
Are you saying he looks young?
No, he doesn't look young. That's the weird part. He looked old
like a
still.
Different old person.
Yeah.
Sorry, what's his name?
F. Murray Abraham.
Sorry, F. Murray Abraham.
You're fantastic. Mm-hmm. You do you. Benedict is played by Charles Dance. He's in Game of Thrones, The Imitation Game. He's also in Godzilla, King of the Monsters.
Yes.
He's the baddie.
I forgot he was in that.
Mm-hmm. Decker is the police captain. He's played by Frank McRae. He's in Loaded Weapon, which is a National Lampoon movie, which I'm guessing is also a satire of Lethal Weapon.
Seems like it.
It's got Emilio Estevez in it as well. He's also in License to Kill.
Nice.
And Lock Up.
Okay.
Nick, good old Nick. He's played by Robert Prosky. He's in Thief, Broadcast News, and Mrs. Doubtfire.
Nice.
Nick was a good guy because she gave him the ticket.
Mm-hmm.
The character known as Mom, who definitely fucked Jack.
Yeah.
They banged.
Yep.
They definitely banged. It's played by Mercedes Rule. She's in The Fisher King, which is a pretty big movie.
Yeah.
Big. And Married to the Mob. Danny is played by Austin O'Brien. He's in My Girl 2. It's the number 2, not TOO. So it's like...
Yeah.
Was there a My Girl 1?
Yeah. There's definitely My Girl.
Oh, did not know that. I don't know.
That sounds right. I didn't know there was a second.
He's also in The Promised Land, and then I shit you not, this movie exists. It is called The Lawnmower Man, and there's also The Lawnmower Man 2 that exists in the world.
That sounds like a porn.
Yeah, that doesn't sound porn.
Does sound like a porn.
I'm just gonna say it. The Lawnmower Man.
I hope
either
not,
that or like
because it's in the 90s still.
Oh, so he's still a kid. I was like, either that or it's like a really campy horror movie. Like,
I'm gonna go ahead and tell you it's sci-fi.
what? It's an exciting sci-fi movie, you say?
I believe so. But moving on, Death is played by Ian McClellan. Sir Ian McClellan. Let me add that sir in there. He's Gandalf. He's Magneto. Is he Lumiere? No, he's not Lumiere. He's Cogsworth in The New Beauty and the Beast. Obi-Wan Kenobi is Lumiere.
Correct.
Whiskers. Gotta give Whiskers a shout out. Uncredited role by Danny DeVito. He, the guy from Frack from Sunny. He's in Twins. He also is in Matilda.
Danny DeVito's such a gem.
He really
He
is.
is. Like, I always liked him, and then, it just kept growing on me once Frank became a Frank.
I think I'm just gonna redo our guest room to be Danny DeVito pictures. Do you think that would freak you out, Tim, if you came and stayed with us? And it would just be like...
Tim would be fine.
Other people would be like, what the fuck?
Like 6 different pictures of Ongo.
Yeah, just for the lulz.
Oh, God.
Whitney is played by Bridget Wilson Sampras. She is in the original Mortal Kombat movie as Sonya. And she actually still voices Sonya in the video games.
Oh, that's cool.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Look at her.
Yeah. She's also in Billy Madison and I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Those are all big ones.
I know. I thought she looked familiar. It was probably from Mortal Kombat. because I remember that movie. But Ripper is played by Tom Noonan, Ripper and Tom Noonan is played by Tom Noonan.
Nice.
He is in RoboCop 2, Manhunter, and then he's also in the 12 Monkeys television show.
Nice.
The director is John McTiernan. He did that movie Die Hard.
Weird.
I know. He also did Rollerball and Predator. I'm going to go ahead and say he's a Schwarzenegger fan.
You think?
This movie won an award and was nominated for 16 others.
That's a joke.
That has
Pause.
To be a joke, right?
Like the Razzies, it was like
I didn't
nominated for Razzies, or it was legit nominated for awards.
Let me give you the scores, and I'll look this up while I give you the scores. The critics gave this film a 39%.
Whew.
Audience gave it a 47%. IMDb with a 6.4 out of 10. And Google gave it an 86%.
I was going to say Google's going to give it an 80 something.
Every time. And I just want you both to know that there is a Sega Genesis game out there.
No.
For this movie?
For this movie.
What?
This movie won the award for the Dallas-Fort Worth Film Critics Association Awards Worst Film.
That's amazing.
Nice. It was also nominated for Worst Award, Razzie Award for Worst Picture, Worst Director,
Sweet.
Worst Actor, Worst Screenplay, Worst New Star.
Nailing it.
That's a little brutal. And Worst Original Song.
Maybe there's a
and the
reason
worst
I've
original
never
song.
seen it. I can't tell what it is though.
Weird.
But then there's also Young Artist Award, Best Youth Actor Leading in a Role in a Motion Picture
So
drama.
he's simultaneously the
best-
worst
the
and best person.
Also,
That does sound okay then. You're canceled out.
Schwarzenegger got nominated for the Saturn Awards, had him for Best Actor, and same with Best Director and Best Fantasy Film. By the way, it's also a fantasy film.
I didn't know that the Razzies were that old.
Yeah.
Dude, Razzie started in the 80s, like
Didn't know
1982. Kind of wild.
Mm-hmm.
They did retract their Bruce Willis stuff after all the stuff. His whole dementia came out because they made a whole award about Bruce Willis.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he did a bunch of like B movies.
Recently.
Yeah, because he is having memory problems
He just
and
wanted to
like
make money while
I
he
respect
could,
that they pulled it.
but-
Yeah, and I respect that they pulled it out.
Oh,
Like I would have
absolutely.
laughed, been like, yeah. So good on them. I know that they're kind of a jokey award, but nonetheless, I think we heard Sam's response already, Tim. What do you think?
What's mine?
Yeah, we'll go with you first, Tim.
I really, 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 really wanted to hate this movie. And I have to flip it on. I don't know why necessarily, but
Sam's holding in her
I
laugh.
really badly wanted to hate this movie, but by the end of it, all the satire, the weird mix-ups, like all just like the inside jokes or references that you might get, and I don't know, I enjoyed the movie. I'm gonna flip it on. I don't think it's for everyone, but I think if you like action movies and stuff, you'll get the references, and it may be worth one watch. But other than that, don't take time out of your day unless you've got free time to waste, essentially. But it's a barely flip on for me, yeah.
Yeah, and it's barely flip off for me. It's so close. Like you said, Tim, there are parts that I enjoy. Yeah. Like there's a scene we didn't talk about where Charles Dance straight up is like, "Hey, I need your help with something." Shoots a guy and is like, "Where are the cops?"
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was great.
Just like looking around, and then somebody yells at him, "Hey, be quiet!"
I just murdered a man on purpose.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know, that scene I was just dying in. So like there were scenes that I liked, but like overall, I think if you did our cuts and our edits in post-production 30 years later, it might be a flip on.
There you go.
But yeah, Sam, please come on down.
Nah, you kind of stole my thunder.
Oh, sorry.
Because I was gonna say, like, I kind of want to see it's on the edge of like being better, right? Like I think if you did some like editing to the story or like cut some of the characters or some of the stuff that we said. And like, regardless that it's 30 years later, if I was the same age at the time, well, that's hard to say because I was going to say at the time,
you wouldn't have seen, yeah.
So I'm not going to say that, but like, I don't think it has to do with the fact that it's like, it didn't feel to me like, oh, this is an old movie. Like, yeah, it did kind of feel like, oh, it's from the 90s and it's cheesy, but like,
dated.
It was leaning into the cheesiness already. And if they made it now, like the same way, I think they would lean into the cheesiness as well. So like, that's same. You know what I mean? I think the problem is that there's just like a lot of extra shit that they could have just been like, okay, we wanted to get to the same thing, right? But let's like kind of
consolidate,
get there better versus kind of rambling along. But I do think like the beginning parts of it where they're just being so ridiculous, it's just like, oh man.
Would you say this movie had all the right cards, but it just had too many cards, causing it to be too long? I think the length really kills you.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing though. I hate to keep saying like it's the length because like realistically looking at Nightmare Alley, that was the longest fuck movie and I enjoyed it very much. So it's not length, it's the quality of what you keep in for your length.
Sorry.
Like I want to be engaged for the amount of time that I'm there. And I don't want to be like, oh, we're halfway through the movie. Like, this could end. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Sorry, that's not what I was trying to ask you.
No, but I just wanted to set that straight.
Okay.
That, like, I'm not policing length. I want you to, like, not waste my time.
I mean, clearly one of your favorite films is Lord of the Rings.
Right.
So, length is not a problem.
Yeah.
That's
I don't know.
what she said. I'm going to end on a fucking that's what she said joke. Tim's gonna have to save us with his shark laugh.
I wasn't ready for that.
Oh, sorry, Tim.
That's I can't do it well right now. I can't do it as well. I wasn't ready.
But he wasn't prepared. I didn't give him enough cue.
Wait, you don't just have that lying
You know,
around
sometimes
at any
I
time?
do. Yeah, there will be days where I just walk around and go, you know, it just goes, but...
It'll be like, you'll just randomly think about it and be like, I should do that laugh right now. But yeah, so thanks for joining us for season 2.
Oh, shit. Yeah, thanks.
See you next year, as in soon-ish, like a week. I don't know.
And there might be a recap. We'll see. We're still figuring stuff out.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.